Okay. Hello, welcome to another episode of Untrap Your Brain. If you're hearing me for the first time, you're saying this for the first time, that means you're at the pitch of your self-development goals or your self-development pursuit. So, I know you might have heard, you're on your own thought, you're a replicant of your own, a replicant of the level of God in you, and then you've heard that a lot of things about yourself, a lot of things about your brain. One thing you have to understand today, but one thing you have to understand today is that our brain is our number one fan. Yes, who is rooting for you today? Your brain is your number one fan, and it's actually reaching out for you. So today we'll be looking at how to influence our number one fan in order to get the best version of ourselves. Because our brain is the number one decision making is the number one decision making mechanism of ourselves. So your brain tells you to move, you move. Your brain does that, you do that. So that's just it. So today we're going to look at how do we influence our brain in order to get exactly the best version of ourselves. Remember that our brain keeps us comfortable, it makes us, it protects us, right? So how do we make it get exactly what we want in life or what we want ourselves to be? So when I look at myself in the picture, I don't see what I said I want to be, but I see who I want to be. So that's what we'll be looking at. So looking at one, how to influence our brain in order to get the best version of ourselves. The first one is fueling your brain, right? And the second one is training your attention. So when you talk about fueling your brain, you're referring to your health. A sick person, it cannot be 100% mentally clear, right? Your clarity will be blurred if you're sick. So being healthy is the number one way to influence your brain. Right? Most times when you are sick, your brain may not be processing things properly. So, or maybe when you lack sleep, your brain may not be processing things uh properly. So the best way to influence your brain to get the exact version of yourself or the best version of yourself is make sure you are healthy, do things that make you healthy, get enough sleep. Yes, people have a lot of motivations or inspirations that makes them to sleep few hours in the day, few hours in the night. Please get enough sleep because it will help you clear unwanted thoughts. Sleep help us to clear unwanted thoughts. Yes, it clears a lot of unwanted thoughts. So when you lack sleep, you may be feeling irritational or emotional, and sometimes you may lack clarity of what is going on. Yes, you might see 1 million naira, you think it's 10 million naira. So you see, you might see a blue picture, you might be thinking something different. So an event or reality may happen, but the way you might interpret it will be quite different because the brain is malfunctioning or over functioning. So that is what that is it. So then ensure that you have enough sleep, ensure that you exercise your body. When your body is stagnant in a place for a very long time, it may experience what they call brain fog. So your creativity is now limited. You may not know, but just from today henceforth, pay attention to your environment. Right? When you stay in a particular environment, you sit down for a very long time, check very well. Your brain may not really be that much creative as it was before. So it's always advisable that you always move around anywhere you find yourself. You find yourself in the office, then you sat down for very long. Don't sit down in one place in an office for more than 2 hours. No. The highest is 2 hours. Just stand up. If you have nowhere to go, just stand up. Pick up your pen. Pick this one, do that one, stand up. Check it, but don't stay stagnant for 2 hours. If you stay stagnant for 2 hours, you may experience brain fog. You may experience lack of clarity. Your brain may not be actually getting the exact thing that you want. So the best way out of these things is always exercise. If you don't have time to go to the gym, or you don't have the luxury of that time, walk around in your offices, in your home, anywhere you find it. So just walk around, check your belly. The idea is to ensure that the adrenaline in your body is not so intense. This way, you will not be irritational. This way, there'll be good blood circulation. So most times, lack of blood circulation can lead to irritation. Any little things can just get you upset, can just be having headache and things like that. So always good, eat good food, right? And a hungry person is an angry person. So not eating good food can as well affect your creativity. Right? Always do things that make sure that makes you health wise, that makes you healthy. So these are the things that are some of the things that people would tag witches and wizards. Most times it's not witches and wizards. Maybe you're not having a good sleep. Maybe you're not just taking good care of your health. Maybe these are just the after effect of your day to day activities. You don't know. So the best way out of these things is be aware of your health. That's just the best way. There is no joy. I'm telling you, there's no joy having 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, but you're not healthy at the end of the day. That's the joy in it. You're now in your RAV4 2025 hybrid car, but then SUV car, but then you're not healthy. Mm-mm. It's not good. So the most ultimate joy is being the best version of yourself and still being healthy. And anyways, for you to even be the best version of yourself, you need to be first of all be healthy. So I would advise that you take good care of yourself. That is it. We are our own number one fan. So our ability to take care of ourselves, our own self, shows that we can take care of the next person. So if we can't take care of ourselves, we can't love ourselves, how much more can we love others? So that's just it. So the other one is controlling your attention. Attention. Training your attention. Where is your attention? What is your distraction? Where are you putting your focus on? Is it on social media, the doom scrolling, the dopamine, the quick dopamine rewards? Where is your attention? There is one thing they call projection. For everything in life, there is always a projection, right? So if your attention is where the projection does not aligns with your own projection, then there is a problem. If your attention is suddenly on the four square in the school or in academic section or in a school, four walls of a school, you will discover that you will be a competitive kind of person because most times academically they project this competition, this perfection. So if you're more focused on academics, you'll be that kind of a perfectionist because that is what the academic section projects. So for each environment, they project something. Social media projects something. They want to make you feel comfortable. They want to make you, this is where you want to be. Oh, from one page, Facebook feed to another, they want to attract you. They want to say, oh, this, you're missing something. So this is where you want to be. So they are projecting, they're giving you the kind of life, okay, you're trying to escape this weird environment. Oh, you're at the right place, you're at the right place. So that is the projection. So everything in life is projecting something. So where is your attention? So if your attention is not where you want it to be, does not align with where what you want to be, what you want to achieve, you go deep down and you are lost. That's just it. Right? Social media is projecting something. Every movie you watch is projecting something. Every social media feed you see is projecting something. Your environment where you were born is projecting something. Africa is projecting something. America is projecting something. The question is, where is your attention? So if you're not training your attention to the things that you want or to the things that does not align, that is where you see yourself. This is what I want to achieve, and this is where I am. So if I'm paying my attention to these things, so you see there's a lot of gap between what I want to achieve and what my attention is. Right? So it is not what you said you want to do, it's what you actually end up doing. So now since we already know, right, what we see, what we feed, our memories, our experiences is where our brain gathers all the informations that it feeds us, then it is much better that you go to places that aligns with what you want to achieve. If you want to get financially stability or financial stability, it's advisable you engage in financial houses, news that has to do with banks, stock exchange, brokerage, and the rest of them. And then you engage in podcasts that has to do with finances. You engage on YouTube channels that has to do with that. You engage on news that has to do with that. And dig up, you start reading books that has to do with finance. This way, your mind is conversant with money, how money goes in, this and that, all these kind of things. Right? But you cannot say you want financial stability, but then you are watching uh normal news. You're watching social media. What is y'all doing on social media? What's the name of the other person? What is other persons doing on social media? Or what is now going on Nollywood? Things like that. It distracts you from the main course. So now when you want to focus, all your doom scrolling on social media will distract you. You find it difficult doing deep work. You find it difficult focusing on a task for a very long time. Let's say you have a very long file to edit or audit, then you realize that the file has a lot of the file has a lot of pages for you to even study and look into it. It will be boring to you, right? It's very, very boring. So today we just looked into fueling your mind, fueling your brain, train your brain, right? Be healthy, pay keen attention to health, be very, very much healthy. So make sure that in everything you do, you exercise, you are healthy. Don't give anybody reason to say African epics or riches and reason. Now, be healthy, right? Just trying everything possible to make sure that you're healthy. Eat good food. Make the right decisions in times of your health. Take your health. Be intentional with your health. It will help in your clarity. It will help in everything you're doing. It will help in your decision making as well. And at the same time, ensure that 90% of your days, 90% of your attentions are on the things that you want. That deserves it. These are the things I want. My attention is on it. Be, obs- be obsessed with it. This is the best way to redirect your attention to get your brain to do the things that you want it to do is be obsessed with it. Be obsessed with the things that you want to achieve and focus your attention solely on those things. So 90% of your time, 90% of the day is channeled on towards those things. I don't mean that you should not enjoy your life or you not do all those things. It's very, very important to do all those things, but at the same time, you are the one that will decide what do you want to get the best version of yourself or to enjoy yourself. So there's always an ups and downs. Like I usually say, I've come to realize that with everything that we decide to choose, there is an ups and down. We decide to choose, yes, decide to do the right thing. That is ups and down. Decide not to do the right thing. That's ups and down. So why then go to a path that is not right for me, yet ups and down? Since there's a right thing for me that is right for me, and yet ups and downs, so I rather go to the right path. So that is just the best way to get your brain to influence your brain to get the best version out of it. Like I was talking about the projection thing, right? As I'm sitting down here, there's something that this room is projecting. It is a living room where we sleep, so it's projecting something. Your neighbor is projecting something. Society is projecting something. The question is, what are you projecting? So it is either you decide by yourself intentionally to choose the kind of person you want to become, the kind of person you wish to be, the kind of things you wish to be, or the society will. Because whether you agree or you don't agree, something is happening. So whether you do something now, you don't do something is going to happen. So the question is it going to happen on your behalf? So whether you make plans, you don't make plans, something's definitely going to happen. The question is it in your favor? That's the question. Is it in your favor? So it's either you decide to be intentional with yourself, who you want to become, or the world will decide for you. And guess what? It's never in your favor. That's just it. It's never in your favor. So make a decision today to ensure that you are intentional with what you want to be and ensure that you are healthy. Don't believe epics of winces and wizards, epics of African stories. No, okay, African stories could be right, witches and wizards could be true. But what do you lose by deciding to try the right path? By deciding to be intentional, by deciding to dream, by deciding to achieve the things that you actually want to go, by deciding to go the highest height? Nothing. It was nothing. So let's go to the highest height. Let's go. So that's just I'm beseeching you today to be very, very intentional with what you want to be. Why? Be intentional. So it's either you're intentional or you're living on default mode. Default mode is a comfort zone. And the comfort zone is not where you want to be. Not because it's bad, but because these are it comprises of the things that does not really really benefit you in the long run. These are genesis of the things that your brain will be able to collect that's nothing to do with what you want to be in life. So choose being intentional. However, thank you very much for those who reached out for me from the last episode and asked a lot of questions and were able to contribute. And I'm very, very grateful and very, very excited to get to hear from you. So thank you very much, and I will gladly appreciate if you can just drop the comments there on the comment section so that others watching the video can also see the questions and also learn from them just as I'm learning from you. So don't forget that we are in this together, right? I share research, I share, you look at it, you share yours, I learn, you learn, and we all grow. Thank you. We've come to the end of today's episode.